What's going on again, everybody? Getting ready to work on the RV again after almost 4 weeks. I'm back now, and so yeah, getting ready to try to crank this RV done, crank it out and be able to start using it. Got the caulking around the roof all done. Getting ready to get the camera turned around, the front window out to reseal it and to put the wallboard up. So the plan is to take the window out, put the wallboard in, and then we'll be able to cut the interior, the outline basically of the window, and then stick the window back in the frame. So that's the goal for today. It's supposed to be pretty, so. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've got the inner frame out, as you can see, and you saw me getting the bolts or the screws out. A couple of them, I had 4 break, so I'll have to get 4 more. But now I've got to break the seal or the gasket that's in between the window to get the window out. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to find a tool and break that seal. Okay, this is day 2 of the window install, taking it out, whatever you want to call it. I've got the window out. It took a lot longer than I had anticipated, but it is now out and cleaned up around the edges. And I've got the wall board right here. I need to clean it off again. All the old caulking and whatever they used to seal it up is I set it down on there as I was peeling it. But the board has been placed up there, and the outline for the window has been drawn on. So now I'm going to cut the window out and then tack the board back up, and then I guess it'll be going back to putting the window back in. And I've also pulled all this edging off the front here. This stuff, let's see, there you go, get it in focus a little bit. But I've pulled all that off to let the board sit flush with the walls instead of sitting up on top of the edging trim, whatever. And I've got new trim. It doesn't match any of that, but I don't care. It'll look a lot better than what it does. So that's the progress so far. So now I'm going to get this board cleaned up and cut. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so the window is now complete. It took me, I guess, about 3 days to do it. Just mainly because it was so hard to get out. But got the board back up, the windows back in, as you saw from the GoPro footage and everything. I ended up putting some, I guess it's putty tape or butyl tape, or I forget the name of it. I think it's one of those, around the window, and that should seal it up pretty good. The board was kind of hard to go back in place. It doesn't look original, obviously, because I mean I've got screws up in it, but there wasn't enough of the old board there to glue it to, so you know, it is what it is. It looks better than what it did, so. But yeah, here it is. Still looks 100 times better than what it was with the sagging. I had to cut it, the board right, let's see, right there, because it was flexing, it was bowing, because the walls on the RV up at the top are kind of bowing in, so a perfectly squared board was not fitting. So that kind of made it difficult, and I had put a screw right there in the middle, and I figured, well, that'd be a perfect spot to go ahead and just cut it since there was a hole there. What I'm going to do is, when I get around to painting the whole thing, is I'll just fill in that crack and you know, paint over everything. So it'll hide a lot, but like I said, it's still 100 times better than, well, it looked worse than, get it in focus, it looked worse than all the bowing part of it. Now the back half after the air conditioner is perfect, but it was from the air conditioner to the front was bad, and if you saw the first video you could see it. But yeah, that's the window there, and got it in just in time because we're supposed to have some bad storms today. So we'll see how it holds up. Hopefully the tape and the glue, or the screws holding the window in and everything, hopefully it's in good enough and it'll prevent any water from getting in. So, but that was the window install and the board install. Hopefully this will help in other people's future RV projects. Don't be afraid to tackle a project. You can get some pretty good deals out there if it's got a little bit of damage, so don't let that scare you away. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I tried it anyways and it came out pretty decent. Now the rest of these boards will be pretty simple. It's just nailing them in or screwing them back in, so should be pretty simple. Now we'll have to cut around this, but still a lot easier than taking this whole window out, and should go a lot quicker. But yeah, hopefully this video helped, and thanks for watching.